Hello, everyone. Today, we're going to share a really special story about a little girl named Suleika. But everyone called her BHOLI, which means, well, it means simpleton. But her story is all about how a little bit of kindness and learning can change everything. So, let's get started on her amazing journey. So, here's a big question for you. What do you think happens when a girl, who everyone teases and calls a dumb cow, finally learns to use her own voice? It's a super important question for our story, and we are about to find out the answer.
Okay, let's start at the very beginning. BHOLI's life wasn't easy at all when she was little. She got a really tough start, which made things hard for her for a long time.
You see, her real name was Suleika, but when she was just a tiny baby, only 10 months old, she fell out of her bed. Oh no! And everyone thought the fall had hurt her brain a little. So from that day on, they gave her the nickname BHOLI, the simpleton. That name stuck with her for years and years.
Look at this. It shows you just how different things became for her. When she was born as Suleika, she was a very pretty and fair baby. But after her fall and after she got sick with smallpox, she was left with little spots all over her face. She also started to stammer when she talked, which means the words didn't come out smoothly. It's so sad because the other children would make fun of her.
BHOLI's father, Ramlal, had a big family, 7 children in total. But poor BHOLI was often forgotten. Her sisters were healthy and pretty, so it was easy for them to get married. But Ramlal was always so worried about BHOLI. He thought she wasn't pretty and wasn't smart, and he didn't know what would ever happen to her.
But then, one day, something happened that started to change everything. It wasn't loud or fancy. It was something quiet and wonderful. A new school for girls opened up right there in the village.
Now, BHOLI didn't get to go to school because her parents thought it was a great idea for her. Nope. It happened because a village official told her dad he had to set an example and sent his daughters to school. Her mom was super worried, thinking that if the girls went to school, no one would want to marry them. So what did they do? They decided to just send BHOLI. They figured, oh well, her chances of getting married are bad anyway, so what's the harm?
BHOLI was so scared. She had no idea what a school even was. She just remembered when they took their old cow, Lakshmi, away to be sold, and she was afraid the same thing was happening to her. But then, for the first time ever, she was given clean clothes to wear. Someone even washed her hair and oiled it. And for the very first time, BHOLI started to think maybe, just maybe, she was going to a place that was better than her home.
At school, BHOLI met the person who would change her whole life, her teacher. Everyone else had always made fun of her, but this teacher spoke to her so gently. Her voice was soft and kind, and it just touched BHOLI's heart.
When the teacher asked her name, BHOLI's fear just took over. She tried to speak, but she stammered so much, all that came out was, but. Then she just burst into tears, too embarrassed to even look up. She was sure the other girls were laughing at her.
But the teacher didn't get mad. She was so nice and encouraged BHOLI until she finally said her whole name. Then the teacher gave her a book with colorful pictures and made her a promise. She said, "One day you will be smarter than anyone in the whole village, and then nobody will ever laugh at you again." Wow, those words gave BHOLI a new hope and made her feel like she was starting a new life.
Time went by, and the village grew into a small town. BHOLI kept going to school and learning. And then, one day, a proposal for marriage came for her. This was going to be the biggest test she had ever faced.
The man's name was Bishamber Nath. He had a lot of money, so BHOLI's parents were thrilled. But he was almost as old as her father, he walked with a limp, and he already had grown-up children from another wife. Her parents thought BHOLI was just lucky to get an offer at all. Her own mother said, "She is like a dumb cow." They just wanted to get her married off. So at the wedding, Bishamber saw BHOLI's face for the first time. When he saw the little spots from the smallpox, he stopped everything and made a greedy demand. He said he wanted 5,000 rupees or he would just leave and not marry her. Can you believe it? This is the most exciting part of the story. BHOLI, or maybe we should start calling her Suleika again, had to make a choice, a really big one. Would she do what her family wanted, or would she stand up for herself?
Just imagine it. Bishamber is standing there with a greedy smile. BHOLI's poor father is crying, putting his turban, which is like his honor, at Bishamber's feet, begging him, and then he starts counting out the 5,000 rupees.
He paid the price for his daughter.
But just as Bishamber was about to put the flower garland around her neck, BHOLI's hand flew out like a flash of lightning and threw the garland right into the wedding fire. Then, in a loud, clear voice with no stammer at all, she spoke. Everyone was completely stunned.
When people started whispering, "Oh, she's so shameless," she turned right to them. She said that they all thought she was a dumb, driven cow, and that's why they were trying to give her away to a mean, greedy man. But she told them right then and there that the stammering fool was speaking now. She found her voice.
She had changed completely. She didn't just say no to a bad marriage. She chose a whole new future for herself. She told her sad father not to worry. She promised she would take care of him and her mother when they were old, and she would become a teacher at the same school that taught her everything. She had found her purpose.
And you know who was watching from the corner, smiling? Her teacher. She was so proud. BHOLI's story started with a fall, but it ended with her standing up tall and strong. It reminds us all that education isn't just about reading and writing books. It's about finding the courage to speak up and be who you truly are.